Hey guys, TheSgtSloth here, and this is character customization for the game Transformers War for Cybertron. And here I'll be showing you all the different weapons, upgrades, perks, and abilities that you can put on your characters, as well as throwing in my 2 cents about it all. So let's start off, create a character, and here you see the 4 different classes: the Scout, the Scientist, the Leader, and the Soldier. So as you can see, you get 3 different slots for customization for each of the classes. You unlock the second one at level 5, and level 10 you get a third one. Of course, you level up the different classes separately. So let's just jump right into the one at the top, the Scout. So each class gets 4 different weapons. The Scout gets a fully auto shotgun, the Scatter Blaster, one of only 2 shotguns in the game, and he gets the game's only sniper rifle, the Null Ray, which I think I've said before, I think is really underpowered, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I prefer it if the game is more about running and gunning and less about hiding in a corner, trying to build your kill streaks up with a sniper rifle, or running around doing crazy no scopes and quick scopes. And let's just hope that Transformers War for Cybertron never gets to that stage where you go onto YouTube and all you see are montages for quick scoping and no scoping and sick 360 jump scopes and whatever. Let's just not talk about that. And look at the other weapons. Here you see they show you all the stats as well. The Energon Battle Pistol, which is a semi-auto pistol with a 5x scope, and instead of regular iron sights. And personally, I don't really like this gun. It shoots rather slow, and the scope feels kind of weird. But I'm sure some people like it. And let's see, the Plasma Cannon. It's basically a pistol that cannot shoot unless you charge it up, and it takes like, I think, 5 seconds to charge up the first level of it. The longer you hold it, the stronger it is. Yeah, I don't like this gun because if you have to make a fast decision, or you get ambushed or something, you won't be able to load it up fast enough. If you try to hold it and run around the map with it, well, it eventually lets go automatically. So I really don't find a lot of use for this gun. I think it's kind of lame. But that's just my personal preference. I'll probably end up using it later on to do challenges or something. I don't know. I'm sure some people are going to come and tell me that the Plasma Cannon's really awesome, but it's my personal opinion. Anyways, going on over to abilities. Each character can choose 2 out of 4 abilities to put on their L2 and their R2 buttons. At least I think it's L2, R2, if I remember correctly. So cloaking makes you turn invisible for a certain amount of time. People can still somewhat see you, especially if they have like an HD, high definition TV. They can just barely make out your outline. Of course, if you come up behind them, they won't be able to see you. And then mark targets. For you target one enemy for a brief period of time, a target appears around them, and as long as that target's on them, they take more damage from any attack. I find mark target to be quite useful compared to the other Scout's abilities, which are dash, which every couple of seconds lets you dash forward. It helps you get around somewhat faster in your robot form. It helps you do some knife lunges, but at the same time, I don't have much use for it, because if I want to get somewhere, I just turn to car form. And then we have Decoy Trap, which spawns a decoy pickup which stuns enemies when touched. This one I actually haven't tried. I've never seen anyone use it, but it could be pretty interesting, I assume, especially with some high-level abilities that you can unlock later on. Oh no, sorry, they're called upgrades. The perks in this game, 3-tier perk system like Call of Duty. In this game they're referred to as upgrades. So let's see, the first ones you can pick from: Backstab, giving a melee bonus when attacking from behind. This is a really good ability, but it's kind of outshined by Surprise Attack, which increases damage of all your attacks after decloaking. So you don't necessarily have to rely on being behind somebody. And if your cloak ends because somebody shot you, then surprise attack still activates. You still get the damage bonus. And that's why I think it's much superior to backstab. I mean, most of the time you can't get close enough behind them anyways, so surprise attack's always a lot more versatile. Here, Vendetta, mark target lasts longer. Any ability that says it lasts longer or gives it a damage bonus. I can't say what the exact numerical values are on that, so you just have to assume it's by enough to notice. And I don't really see a point in making mark target last longer. I mean, it already lasts long enough for you to kill the guy you just mark targeted. I guess if somebody's running away from you and you want to be able to find them, this could be pretty useful, but surprise attack is just so much more useful. It's gotten me a lot more kills than mark target ever has. And go on to the next one. Shock treatment makes your decoy trap poisonous, causing residual damage to any victim that touches it. And like I said before, decoy trap is kind of hard to gauge the power level of it. I haven't really experimented with it myself. If any of you guys have, leave a comment in the comment section. But like I was saying, some of these perks look like they can make decoy trap pretty powerful. Next, targeting trip. Mark target takes even more damage than before. That seems pretty interesting. And stinger, decoy trap stun effects last longer. Not bad. Health matrix on the second tier of perks here. Health matrix gives health for every kill. As I said before, I really like this one because I don't like to have to always go out and like look for upgrades every 2 seconds, or health pickups or energon cubes. I like being able to just heal right away and jump back into the action to get more kills. Ghost makes your cloak last longer. I don't really see a use for this because cloak already lasts a decent amount, and then even if your cloak runs out, it'll come back rather fast, and so I don't really see a use for that. Leg servos grants faster foot speed. This is something that could be useful, but then of course your car form is just so fast, so really the only reason I could see using leg servos is if you're the kind of stealth character who likes to go cloaked and walk around and uses dash to get between enemies fast and take them out and knife them quickly. And if you just don't want your enemy to get away, that's a good one for you. Dimensional Step adds armor when coming out of cloak and removes activation cloaking effects. I have no idea what removes activation cloaking effects means, but getting armor when you decloak just seems amazing. It's basically like the armor version of the one from before. I think it was called Surprise Attack. Fuel efficiency. Energon fuel compressor increases dash distance. This might be something to try if you're into dash. You know, a lot of the abilities before don't seem that powerful, but there's upgrades that make them much better, much more efficient. EMP blinders, EMP flashbang doesn't blind you back. Now that could be useful. For instance, if the enemy's way too close to use EMP grenades, which happens to me a lot, and you really need to get out of there, you just look down at your feet, throw an EMP grenade, and he gets stunned, you don't, and you can either kill him or get the heck out of there. Yeah, it seems like a pretty solid ability, I'd say. EMP blinders. Huh. Something to think about. And now the general upgrades. These are something that a lot of they're either similar between each other, between the different classes, or a lot of them share the same ones. For instance, weapon stabilizer, every class has that. This one every class has as well. Carry 2 extra clips of ammo, or reduce the kickback when firing weapons. And then they also get a one that increases the radius of whatever special kind of grenade they have. So the Scout gets EMP grenades, and this one increases the EMP flashbang radius. And he's got First Aid, which decreases health regeneration. Decreases health regeneration delay. So if you've lost half a bar of health, you're gonna get that health back a lot faster. I guess that's kind of useful, but I mean, it already regenerates so fast, I don't see why you need to make it even faster. And then Explosive Capacitator, carry an extra grenade. So every class except for the Scout carries one of their special kind of grenade. Scout carries 2 EMP grenades, so with this, I guess he'd carry 3. Now that seems kind of cool, I guess. And rapid recharge reduces ability recharge time. Ability is in cloak and dash and all that good stuff. Now this one is probably my favorite of the bunch. I can't wait till I level up and get this. I mean, cloak already recharges really fast, but this is going to make it so that you'll be cloaked 24/7. And the more you're cloaked, the safer you are as a scout. I think this is an excellent perk. Probably what you're going to want to use with all the other classes as well.